And then let's push this one forward, right? And we're gonna talk about former President Trump and the situation that he's in along with this, because he his communication has not been his communication has not been turned over. We got John Eastman, who is apparently his lawyer, but there's no signed documentation saying that that's his lawyer. And there's some conversations there that he's trying to hide. He tried to go client attorney-client privilege, and because of that, there's been a whole civil lawsuit that's trying to get that stuff turned over. If we get that communication turned over, that then sets the stage to have former President Donald Trump, you know, tried criminally. He could go to criminal. He could be tried as a fucking criminal for his actions that led to the January 6th insurrection on the Capitol building. And what scares me about that is because there is no precedent of a president of the United States, um, going to trial post presidency, probably not pre presidency anyway, either, but like post presidency, we've never had to do that for a president. And my question becomes, well, because that's not the precedent, do we not do that to this president who may have committed crimes? Because what scares me, and sometimes I get scared about stuff, is if we turn a blind eye to this, if we allow Donald Trump to become Teflon, what precedent are we setting for the future, right? Is it because that, oh, he was the president, so because he was the president we can't diminish the office because one person decided to diminish the office with their actions by being a fucking criminal? Okay. And then if you take this and you juxtapose it with what's going on in the Supreme Court, where Clarence Thomas and his radical right wing wife, guinea pig Thomas, is doing what she's doing, we go, well, are we covering up corruption? Is this the insurrection correction, right? Are we not going to hold the parties accountable for what they did, the way they are attacking democracy? We've talked about Russia, China as being the enemy of democracy, the Taliban as being the enemy of democracy, but it looks like right now we have terrorists inside our country that are attacking democracy from the very institutions that we decide uphold democracy. That's what it feels like. And I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying that's what it feels like. But if we don't see due process here, if Justice Clarence Thomas does not recuse himself for the January 6th insurrection cases that come to the Supreme Court that his wife was involved in, people are going to yell corruption. If there is a preponderance of evidence in the civil case that says that Donald Trump and his attorney, John Eastman, were involved in this insurrection, and then that does not then go to criminal court, the people are going to believe that there is corruption, and that's going to further divide the have from the have nots, because the have nots are going to say that, "Oh, if you got it, you can do whatever you want." Oh, well, he was president, so he can do whatever the hell he wants. And then, so what happens when we have somebody who's super corrupt, more corrupt than Trump, and more popular, and then they get into high office, and then they just run a racket?